Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy launched a civility campaign aimed at bringing civility and courtesy back in America. To discuss, we have Jeffrey Tucker, founder and president of the Brownstone Institute and senior columnist at the Epoch Times. So, Jeffrey, always great to see you here. So, what do you think? Secretary Sean Duffy says he sees a degradation in civility. He was referring to air traffic, or rather, air travelers. But do you think it goes beyond just airports?
Well, certainly it's not in our imagination. The whole world has become coarser and more degraded over the last 5 years, I would say. Maybe it goes back longer. I don't know. The good news is that there is something you can do about this. You can dress up when you go to the airport to fly in a plane. And I'm telling you, I do this every time, and I don't understand why people are not doing it. It's the magic trick. I mean, to walk, your Uber driver treats you better. When you walk into the airport, the TSA will be nicer to you. When you get on the plane, other customers will smile at you and thank you. And the best moment comes when you get on the plane and the flight attendants look at you and say, "Thank you for dressing up. You look fantastic today." And they smile at you. And if you have a problem with your bag, they're going to help you. They're going to go out of the way to help you. And just these little tiny favors come to you simply because you are showing them respect. It's not about showing off your clothes. It's about showing respect for the institutions and the people who work for the institutions. And this is a magic trick that anybody can use. Instead of showing up in your pajamas looking like a slob, wearing your worst because you want to be comfortable. No, you dress up because you owe it to others to show them respect, in exchange for which they will show you respect too.
Well, I have to say, that role sounds great. How do we get back to that? What role has media or popular culture played, do you think, in how
I
civil we
don't,
are?
I don't, yeah, I don't understand entirely why this has happened. I really do think that people, well, on the dress point in particular, people imagine that how they dress is all about themselves. This is completely wrong. It's about what you are saying about other people. It's about the amount of respect you have for other people. So you need to forget about yourself, and you're not the most important thing in the world. What really matters is what you in your power are saying about others. And if you're deferring to others and using decent manners, you will find that you will be personally treated better. And I learned this secret a long time ago. Ultimately, it redounds to your benefit because when you travel, especially, you are kind of in a position of depending on the kindness of strangers, whether it's getting a good seat at the restaurant you're going to, being served well, being told about the specials. Uh, you might be able to even get a free drink, on the airline, which I'm sorry, it happens to me. Or when you have to get an instruction about like put your seatbelt on or whatever, it will be said in a way that's pleasant instead of mean. And the other thing is that when you're getting on an airplane or getting off an airplane, if you see anyone having trouble with their bag, just reach up and help them a little bit. I mean, it's these kind of small kindnesses that just make the world a better place, and it spreads and spreads and spreads. And the opposite is true. I mean, the more degraded the culture gets, the more people feel like there's no reason to bother. We might as well just look after ourselves and rush past everybody and then not be mean to people and complain about everything. And that kind of attitude spreads also. So what I'm saying is to all the people who are listening to this interview right now, it really does just start with you. You can make the world more civil, more beautiful, more enjoyable, and happier just by your own actions, your own behaviors. Reflect on what your mom or your grandmother taught you, and adopt this in your own life. And yeah, okay, people could be mean to you still, but brush it off and move on. Like, see yourself on a mission, a mission from God, if you want, to make the world a better place. It's within your capacity and the choices that you make, whether we're going to inhabit a beautiful civilized life that's enjoyable for everybody or participate in the degradation. I think everybody really wants to live in a good society, really. I think we all do, in which case we all need to do our part, especially during the holiday season.
It starts with you. So simple and yet such wise advice, Jeffrey. Can we get a comment as well on this initiative, Civility campaign? What role does the government play in this?
Oh, I don't know if there's anything government can do to make us more civil, but I think it helps when uh, cabinet officials and other officials in the government are urging people to smile, be nice, to dress up. I mean, it's a good thing, right? I mean, sometimes this stuff does actually flow down from the top, not by force, but just by inspiration and by urging. And like we absolutely have to fix this now. We've been through too much as a nation over too many years and seen where it's gotten us to a coarser, angrier world of nonstop complaints. The thing that you find is that when you get in the habit of complaining, it becomes strangely addictive. You can't do anything else. Everybody should just try and experiment some one day. Wake up and say, today I'm not going to complain about anything. And every time you do complain, just pinch yourself or something, or write it down on a piece of paper. You will find you will complain less. And then if you hear yourself complain less or think fewer complaints, you will become a happier person. Yes, there are frustrations. Yes, there are things that break. Yes, there are things you have to clean up. There's certain things that divert you from your preferred course. But in those moments, thank God for the gift of life and for the use of your hands and for the use of your mental powers to fix things, to act to improve your own world, whether you're alone in your house or apartment, or traveling with others. There are ways, things that are within you, within your power, to make the world a more beautiful place. Thank God for the beautiful, magical, mysterious gift of life every day and every minute, and use it to the betterment of your fellow man and yourself and the world around you. Instead of just constantly complaining about the state of the world, make some effort to make a difference. And you will inspire other people to do the same. I promise you. And that's great. It's great because you will have an impact on the world, and you'll see how your behavior and your mental outlook actually spreads throughout the entire culture. This is how you make the world a more beautiful place.
So you said complaining is addictive. I would argue the opposite is actually true as well, in the sense that if you're more nice more often, it can be also addictive as well. Okay, so I want to move on to your article that you wrote on the Epoch Times newspaper titled America and the Spirit of Respect. Can you just talk to us a little bit about that? What would you say is the biggest difference between Americans now and the Americans generations before?
Yeah, so that is, I think, the opening chapter of this book called "The Spirits of America." And I really like it's based on a theme that was first articulated to me by Eric Sloan, and what he wants to do is replace this word patriotism, which was just bandied about politically all the time, and especially in Eric Sloan's time, was sometimes used to force people to support policies they don't like. What he wants to replace it with is what he calls the spirit of respect, which is to honor our founding fathers and the institutions they created, the causes for which they fought, and the way they are, in many ways, our benefactors, and all of our ancestors that have built this country systematically through the generations, and how we find ourselves just plopped into this world surrounded by blessings all around us, none of which we had anything with doing, none of which we had anything to do with creating. And that should infuse us with a sense of awe and respect for the values, the people, the generations, the institutions that came before us, and show that sense of gratitude. So that's what he meant by the spirit of respect. Now, at Thanksgiving, it's a beautiful thing that America has this wonderful holiday. It really just belongs to Americans ourselves, which is to thank our neighbors, our friends, our institutions, and God for all the blessings that have come to us. We pause one day a year just to do that. It's not just to gobble up a bunch of turkey and stuff ourselves and watch football. It's to pause and be grateful for all the blessings that we have. If we have a little, we should be grateful. If we have a lot, we should be very grateful. But regardless of what we have life, for which we should be infinitely grateful every single day. So Thanksgiving is set aside just for that purpose. It was established in the colonial times after several hard winters when they realized what deprivation was like. And then through hard work and persistence, getting along with our neighbors, through seeing a full season of growing, get to the end point, and then suddenly we're surrounded by bounty. And at that moment, you just pause, you say, thank you, God, for bringing me these beautiful gifts, and thank you for my beautiful family, and thank you for my beautiful community. It's a very simple message, but you know what? I suppose next to Christmas, it is the most popular holiday. It's not on the religious calendar, it's on our civic calendar, but it has also deep religious implications for our lives. It's coming up on Thursday. That can be a turning point for all of us to express a gratitude, respect, and thankfulness for all the blessings that are around us, and to rally around the values and practices that make those blessings possible.
You know, Jeffrey, I'm surprised. I didn't know you had such good advice on how to better a person's character. Thank you for sharing with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about these important subjects.
All right, thank you.